Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we're going to be decluttering some bronzers. I actually didn't realize how little bronzers I have, so this is actually good because this collection is not actually that out of control, so this one should be super easy to do. Just before we get started, hello, my name is Jenna. If you're new here, it is so nice to meet you. Thanks so much for joining me in this video today, and without further ado, let's get on to organizing. The first bronzer that I picked up out of my collection is actually from Too Faced. This is the Sweethearts bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea. This has been in my collection for a long time. I really do enjoy this one. I actually swirled them together. As you guys can see, it starts off as two separate shades in the pan, and what I do is I just mix them together to get my ideal shade. This is a beautiful light bronze color. There's a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not an overall glow or anything. It's just perfect on the skin. Doesn't look muddy on me whatsoever, and it really is super long lasting as well. Because I show this one a lot of love on a semi-regular basis, I will be hanging on to this. The second product in my collection is actually from Hourglass, and this is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the shade Nude Bronze Light. You guys, this one is going to be my first surprise for sure to you because I'm going to be decluttering this one, and I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, I love the formula of this one. If you guys have tried any of their ambient lighting powders, it's very consistent with their blushes and their powders. It's a very beautiful, like silky, creamy kind of formula. I do think if you're a fair to light skin tone, you will really enjoy this one, but that is the reason why I'm decluttering it. I would call my skin tone probably light to medium, more so a true light, but I lean towards medium in the summer months, and this is just too light for me on a regular basis. The next product that I have in my collection is actually from Benefit. This is the Mini Hoola Bronzer. You guys, this one is going to be another surprise to you. I actually really do love the Hoola Bronzer, but I hate the size of this one. Oh, this one bothers me to no end. It is just so freaking tiny. Even the original size of this isn't actually that big, to me anyways. So this I hate. I hate the size of it. Because of that, it's barely been touched, and I actually really do like this for a bronzing powder and a product in general, but I think because of the size of this guy, I'm definitely going to be decluttering it because no bueno, this is not good for brushes. The next bronzer in my collection is actually fairly new to my collection, and this is from Tarte. This is the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. When it comes to my first impressions of this product, I do love the fact that the formula is very creamy and it's super easy to apply with a brush as well. Very buildable on the skin too. It definitely leads more red toned than some of the other bronzers that I do have. I do think that makes it look a little bit more natural than some of the other ones, but I do love how this one is not a completely matte bronzer. It's just a touch of a glowy sheen to it. But because this is so new in my collection, I should probably hang on to this one. The next bronzer is also fairly new to my collection, and this is the new Anastasia Powder Bronzer. The shade that I got was Rich Amber, and I did do a review on this one as well. The formula on this one is beautiful. I do love how there is a significant red undertone to this, but it's not too red. This is not too dark on my skin, but I do think it's darker than some of the other ones that I have, so I think that I need to be a little bit more light-handed with this one versus some of the other ones. This is definitely a matte bronzer, but it's not too matte where it looks chalky. It's definitely a natural kind of finish on the skin. So I've really been enjoying this one, and I'm definitely going to be keeping this one in my collection. The next product in my bronzer collection is from Mercier. This is the Soleil Matte Veil Bronzer, and this one I don't really gravitate towards at all. I barely have used it. I don't like the J'adore Le Soleil inside. I think it's a tad tacky. That's just me. But this one is, again, another matte bronzer, but incredibly light on the skin. This one is actually a little bit patchy as well. So the fact that I've kept it in my collection this long is a little bit surprising, but for me, I found I had to build this one up a lot more, and it wasn't just the shade, it was the consistency of the formula. This one is unfortunately not one of my favorites, and because I haven't been gravitating towards it at all, I'm definitely going to let this one go. The next bronzer I have is from Estee Lauder. This is the Bronze Goddess Bronzer, and this is in the shade number 2, Medium. This one, I think the shade I got was maybe a touch too deep for me. The medium is incredibly red toned. This is probably the most red tone bronzer that I have, and to me, the red undertone of this just makes it really unnatural looking. Perhaps this is more meant for a true medium skin tone. I am a light to medium, so this will definitely pull quite red on me. The formula on this is super good. A lot of people really love this. Again, it's a creamy, very buildable formula, but because of the look of this one, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But I think think because of the fact that this is something that is so red on my skin, this one is also going to be passed along. The next bronzer just puts a smile to my face. I have loved this one for a long time and I continue to grab this one a lot. This is from MAC and this is their Give Me Sun bronzer. This is a really, really nice color, very natural on the skin. This one is super buildable as well. I just love the look of it. It's a beautiful like sun-kissed kind of glow on the skin. Really hard to explain, but this is the perfect shade of bronzer for me and I've been gravitating towards this a lot. I use my Marc Jacobs the bronze brush with this a lot too and it just dusts so beautifully. Oh, I just can't say enough good things about this one. I really hope MAC never discontinues this shade. The next bronzer is also one that puts a smile to my face. This is from Chanel and this is the Soleil de Tan Bronze Universal. This is the second jar I have of this. It actually looks like a little poop inside. It's like one of those baked like Laura Geller, I think they're called the highlighters, the baked highlighters that kind of have that swirl look. Anyways, this is kind of like a cream that applies like a powder. It's a very interesting formula. I really do like this and the fact that it is also a perfect bronze color is also a major plus. I am in love with this one, guys. I do think that it suits the name of Bronze Universal because you can really wear this in all seasons. It is not too deep and not too light. This is perfect, at least perfect for me. Cannot recommend this one enough, guys. Definitely check this out if you're interested in trying something new with a really interesting formula as well. Now on the other token of the Soleil de Tan, this is going to be very surprising, but I also have the fluid edition of the Soleil de Tan by Chanel. This is in the shade Sunkissed and this is a sheer illuminating fluid. You guys, I have barely touched this one because you guys, if you know me, you know that I am not a cream kind of liquidy kind of person when it comes to blushes, bronzers, highlights, eyeshadows. I just don't gravitate towards cream products a lot of the time unless it's a skin base like a foundation. First of all, I hate the packaging of this. Hate it. It's an open little cap here. You have to dip it in your hand just like that. There is no pump to it. I get that the frosted glass is supposed to make it look luxurious and everything, but the ease of use for applying this product to me, I'm just like, no, this is just not necessary. I think if you're not careful, this can drip all over the place. I have thought about maybe mixing it in with my foundation or something like that, but really I haven't found myself doing that. I think when I want to have a bronzy look, I do reach for a powder or the Soleil de Tan Bronze Universal. So this one, I think I'm just gonna have to let go, even though it's Chanel and it's beautiful. The next bronzer is from Too Faced. This is the Milk Chocolate Soleil in light medium. You guys, this is a bronzer that a lot of people love. I don't think it's dark enough for me. I think that the formula is super nice. I think it is very buildable, but I think it's on the lighter side for sure. I really do have to build this up on my skin to give the desired look that I want, even in the winter months when I'm at my palest. I wonder if it's just the fact that I need a darker shade of this. Maybe that's the case, but I think because I haven't been using this a lot, I think I'm going to have to pass on this one as well. The next bronzer I have is from Marc Jacobs, and this is the Omega Bronzer in Tantric. This is the first bronzer that they came out with, and as you guys can see, it's got a massive mirror. Because this is Marc Jacobs, of course, this is going to be a little bit more money, but you do get a lot of product in here, so I do think it is worth the price. The formula as well, very creamy, very buildable. This is a natural shade on the skin as well. I have had this for a long time. It looks like I barely made a dent, but really I've been using this a lot as well. This one is probably a must-have in everyone's collection because it is just such a nice bronzer. Definitely holding on to this one. And just by natural progression, I do have the Tantastic one as well. This one has been sold out everywhere for so long. It gets restocked and then sold out every freaking second, I swear. It is similar to Tantric, but this one is a true neutral bronze, a little bit more cooler than Tantric. And this one is now permanent to Marc Jacobs, which is awesome because it is very, very popular. You guys, no brainer, definitely keeping this one around. The last bronzer in my collection is from Bareminerals. This is the Invisible Bronze Powder Bronzer. This is in the shade medium, and this one I really love how it's kind of like geometric, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of popping out of the pan a little bit. This one is super creamy when swatched. It does have a little bit of a glow to it as well. This one is not completely matte. I do feel like I'm having to build this one up a lot on the skin, and it feels a touch more chalky than some of the other ones that I do own. Either way, I think because I'm not reaching for this one as much as I thought I would, this one will also get passed along to someone that will show it more love than I have. Anyways, guys, that was my bronzer declutter. I think I did pretty good. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, as well as don't forget to subscribe on your way out. I would love to see you back here, and until my next video, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!